Welcome back to Culture Fans Wrestling. My name is Kavika, and today I'm doing my predictions for 2025's Elimination Chamber. We are on the road to WrestleMania, and I don't know who's gonna be there. First up, we have the women's tag team match. The first team of Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. This just seems to be a match that was put together to fill out the card for Elimination Chamber. Unfortunately, I was hoping to get a little bit more than a match like this, but nonetheless, let's break it down and see what they're trying to do here. So you have champion Tiffany Stratton teaming with Hall of Famer Trish Stratus for some reason. I don't really know why. It's not really ever explained. And then we have the team of Nia Jax, Candice LeRae, and they've been teaming now for a few months, 4 or 5 months maybe, somewhere around there. And I do think Nia Jax and Candice LeRae are going to win because they need one. Tiffany doesn't need one. Trish definitely doesn't need one. I mean, you're already a Hall of Famer. And like I said, Nia Jax lost the belt to Tiffany via cash-in, and Candice LeRae has done really nothing. So this would be a good win for Nia. This would be a good win for Candice. And it doesn't really hurt Trish if she gets pinned, and it really doesn't hurt Tiffany if she gets pinned. So either way, this is a Nia Jax and Candice LeRae victory for sure. Up next on the card, in an unsanctioned match, we have Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. The way this feud has been built up for the past few weeks has been... The way they've done it's been done before, but in a way that hasn't been done because it's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, two guys with their entire careers overlapping with each other constantly. Though it does feel like this will be the last one, right? It has to be the last one. It's in Canada. It's a crazy pay-per-view like Elimination Chamber. It's no WrestleMania, don't get me wrong, but I mean, it's being built as an unsanctioned match, meaning in kayfabe, WWE is not liable for anything. You get hurt, it's your fault. Sami, it's your fault. Kevin, it's not our fault. WWE. And I want to break this down a little further because if we go back, what was it, a year ago? 2 years ago? I've lost track of time. I'm going to say 2 years. I could be wrong, though. We had Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns in Canada for the WWE Championship. And Sami almost won it. He almost beat Roman Reigns, and that had seemed impossible at the time. And if you go back to the Royal Rumble, just last month, you had Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes in a ladder match. Now, ladder match, there are no rules. The only rule is you got to get the belt from the thing off the ladder. You know how it goes. But that was a hardcore match, essentially. And that seems to be, in a way, Kevin's specialty. He doesn't do very well in regular matches, but in hardcore style matches, he thrives. And he couldn't beat Cody. He needed help from Sami, which he didn't get, which is why we have this whole feud in the first place. He didn't get help from Sami, so he lost to Cody in a match type he should have been thriving in. And I know you might be thinking, where am I going with this? Well, Sami almost beat Roman by himself. Okay? Cody beat Roman with a lot of help, let's be honest, a lot of help, but he still beat Roman. Kevin Owens couldn't beat Cody. Sami almost beat Roman. Cody almost beat Roman. So I'm pretty sure, if my logic is correct, Sami Zayn is beating Kevin here. And you might say, oh, but his neck's hurt, which is why it's an unsanctioned match and yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. No. Sami Zayn is winning this match. I think Kevin's going to go away for a while. Sami might even go away for a while after this match, depending on how much of a bloodbath it is. But Kevin for sure is going to go away for a little bit. You know, I think Sami and Kevin are both going to go away for a bit after this. They may not even be at WrestleMania, unfortunately, but I mean, it's an unsanctioned match. You think they're going to heal up in a month's time? I don't think so. But definitively, I am going with Sami Zayn will beat Kevin, even though he has a bad neck. Next on the card, we have the Women's Elimination Chamber match with Liv Morgan versus Bianca Belair versus Alexa Bliss versus Bayley versus Naomi versus Roxanne Perez. Just like the last match, I like to break this one down with each of its competitors one by one. Or we'll start with two at the same time. Bianca and Naomi are not winning this match. Why? Because they're going to be fighting at Mania versus Jade. I think it's going to be a triple threat, Jade, Bianca, Naomi. And that's their match. So they're out of the way. They're not winning this Elimination Chamber match, although I'm sure they will give a fantastic performance, as they always do. Next up, we have Liv Morgan, who is, as of recording this, a tag team champion. Surprisingly. And because she's a champion of the tag team variety, there's no need for her to really go and face Rhea or Io, depending on which one it's going to be for Mania. She already lost the title to Rhea. There's no need to reignite that feud for Mania. And even if Io is champion in time for Mania, Io versus Liv, I don't think is that big match that everybody is looking for. Which then brings us to Bayley. Bayley had a fantastic year last year, or at least a beginning of the year last year. And I don't think she's going to get that good beginning again this year. I think she's another placeholder in the match, kind of like Naomi and Bianca, just to hold a spot of a actual competitor. They didn't just want to throw anybody in this match. I just don't think she's going to win. I don't know where her story's going to go from here. I know that she had a little spat with Roxanne Perez, which is why Roxanne is in this match. Well, that and Roxanne is this new up-and-comer, probably going to be called up from NXT to the main roster, and they want to give her a very huge defining spot in this Elimination Chamber. I think whoever wins the Elimination Chamber, it's going to be Roxanne and that person, and the other person is going to win. Leaving me with who I think will win the Elimination Chamber, which is Alexa Bliss. She's a big name. She sells a lot of merch. Everyone wants to see her at Mania. And she might possibly win the title at Mania. And if they do something crazy, I hope they do something crazy. And if they do something crazy, she'll be part of the Wyatt Six in some kind of way as champion. And they'll just, I don't know what they'll do, but they'll do some crazy stuff. And I know it'll be good because anytime the Wyatt Six is on screen, it's fantastic. Even if it is just a little, image up. It's just nice. It's a nice breakup of pace during the show. Plus, people miss her. They miss her. She's been gone for so long. So I think in order, maybe Alexa's gonna win. It'll be Roxanne at second. I'm thinking Bayley, because she'll get eliminated by Roxanne, and it'll be Alexa and Roxanne. And then Naomi and Bianca are going to just team up on Liv. And I'm thinking there might be a turn between Naomi and Bianca here. Because there has to be something. Give us something with those two. They're not doing anything. They lost the titles. They're in the Elimination Chamber. Just do something with them in the chamber. Okay? Liv's out first. Then it's probably going to be Naomi. Then Bianca. then Bayley, then Roxanne, with Alexa being the winner, going on to face either Rhea Ripley or Io Sky at WrestleMania. And finally, we have the men's Elimination Chamber match with John Cena versus CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre versus Logan Paul versus Damian Priest versus Seth freaking Rollins. Now, I've jumbled this match in my head a lot. I would have already recorded this video, but I've been sitting on this match for so long because I genuinely still don't know who is going to win. I know definitively Logan Paul is not winning. So that leaves me with 5 people to still choose from, because you have all these things going on. You had a Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre match floating around, so they might still go with that, and they butt heads in the chamber. You've got this CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns triple threat match that's being talked about. And of course, you have John Cena's 17th world title reign basically on the line here, because if he doesn't get it here, I don't see him getting it for the foreseeable future. And that would mean never, because this is it. This is the last run. This is it, John. So who I want to win, I'll go with that first. I want CM Punk to win. I'm a big CM Punk guy, and I think it'd be kind of crazy if we had the 2 top stars from AEW main eventing a WrestleMania event. Now, I know they were both first WWE guys before AEW, but you think AEW and some of the biggest stars they've had, you probably think of 2 guys, Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, with the other guys probably being Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho. But I don't think they're going to give it to Punk, mainly because I don't think they want to have a storyline where CM Punk even has a chance at beating Cody for the title. Controversial, I know. And then I don't think they want to do Seth Rollins versus Cody in, because if I remember right, Cody beat him 3 times in a row. I like, it's predictable that Cody would win at Mania. And then if Seth wins, what about those 3 prior times? And then the one time in Hell in a Cell when his whole arm and chest was bruised. That it wouldn't make sense. Storyline, kayfabe wise, I don't care. It doesn't make sense. He's not a viable competitor for Cody's championship. So I think that takes out Punk and Rollins, and I think that leads us to having an actual triple threat match of Seth, Punk, and Roman. Now, while Damian Priest is a former world heavyweight champion, I still don't think he's at the caliber to face for the WWE championship. Even though they're both the top titles for their respective brands, I feel like that WWE moniker of a championship outweighs the World Heavyweight Championship, at least in the reality of WWE. It also feels like Damian he ain't the guy yet. He's just not the guy yet. He can be your world champion. He can lose to Gunther, but he's not the guy that's going to be smiling in interviews and doing all that fun stuff yet, I don't think. So, to me, that makes him not a viable competitor, which still leaves me with Drew McIntyre and John Cena. Oh, man. Oh, why you do this to me, WWE? So if they go with Drew, it'll be a face-heel dynamic, which would be wonderful. I think Drew is in the prime of his career right now. He is doing such great work, especially the work he did with Punk on the mic, in the ring, just overall. Drew McIntyre has been fantastic, and it would be wonderful to have a heel-face dynamic. On the other hand, you have John Cena, and I don't even have to go through his accolades, because if you're watching this, You already know it. You know, 16-time world champion. He's won, one Royal Rumble, 2 Royal Rumbles. I can't really remember. But he's been over pretty much his entire career. And that's if you either loved him or hate him, he was still over. It didn't matter. And in their match, they could have a face-face dynamic where the crowd really doesn't know who to root for. Like, do you root for John Cena because you want him to beat Flair's record? Or do you root for Cody because you want the new guard to beat the old guard? Either way, I think this is an interesting dynamic. Oh, and even after saying all that, I still don't know who to pick. Oh, you know what? I think they're gonna do it. I think John Cena is going to win at Elimination Chamber. And it's only because every single person in this match does not need an Elimination Chamber win. Not every single person in this match needs a WrestleMania main event. There's only one guy that needs it, and that's CM Punk. But he's not getting it this year. Sorry, Punk. So I think they're going to give Cena the WrestleMania main event for the last time. Now, whether he wins at Mania or not, I don't know. Are they going to dash away with 17 time and keep him a 16 time? Or do they give him the 17 time? I don't know. But I do know in my heart and in my mind, Cena is facing Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. And those are my predictions for 2025's Elimination Chamber. Let me know in those comments down below who you think's gonna win. Was I right? Was I wrong? I don't know. Let me know. And while you're down there, you might as well hit the subscribe button and like button if you enjoyed the video. And there's also a little notification bell that you can hit so you know every single time that I post to this channel. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again next time.